Good evening, everybody. Welcome to part 18, episode 18, part F. Block F.
Yes.
Oh,
Shadow universe. Yeah.
there we go.
F, folks. Get it? Part F. And so, yes. So I'm going to turn. How are you, Starship bodies?
How are we, Starship bodies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's it going? How is it going? I received several messages on Messenger.
Okay.
Yeah. And one very significant, which made me continue one more episode. One more episode about the shadow universe, so we could give it like a goodbye.
Final farewell.
Final farewell. Yeah. And this strange, very bizarre, so to speak, room in consciousness, I would call it. And so I drew a couple of diagrams, and then I'm going to share it with you, and also the drawing. And I'm going to call it Dances with the Wolves, because to wrap it up in a very beautiful metaphor for us, because the white wolf is your inner being that has that transmits or I would say stream itself through your mind, your emotions, your thinking process, your feeling process. It streams itself in this soul language that we can translate. We have the ability to translate, and it doesn't leave you in the darkness in there as well. It's because it travels simultaneously and parallel to your point of focus with your attention. It travels parallel to your attention. Yeah, you as the living being never go in a box. You couldn't put yourself in a box, you wouldn't fit. But a portion of your attention goes in there. Yeah. And it catches momentum because very fast, 17 seconds. Why? Because it represents that template of the shadow universe, represents humanity in the mirror of its own belief system. So it's a very powerful stream. It represents all the belief systems based on lack, everybody's belief systems. So that's why the momentum is so strong there. And yet we have guidance, we have discernment, we have the ability to discern when our attention slips in there. And that's what I'm going to talk about today in this diagram. And the white wolf is the one that is calling you to this guidance system that you have, the power of discernment. We always spoke about the difference between the real garden, yeah, the landscape within, and then the dewdrop, which is the reflection of your own garden. It actually, you don't even need 17 seconds, because instantly, you know, the reflection in a dewdrop is not your garden. You know, instantly, you don't need 17 seconds. So that's what I am going to present yourself with. So the white wolf, it's its own message. Again, it's a metaphor, because we always, in soul language or in science of being, we speak soul language. What do we speak about? We speak about the structure of consciousness and how it functions. You as all that is. How do you shift the gears in your consciousness? How do you ride this starship body of yours? And how do you meet yourself in points of in places in your being, in as a point of focus of all that is, and as an anchor point? And how do you meet yourself? You meet yourself by creating a certain state of being. Yeah, you create instantly a state of being. That's a place in your being, you see, where you meet yourself, and then you will figure out the core energy frequency signature of what you're focusing in, what you are focusing all that is into. There is a core energy frequency in there. Yeah, we're talking energy. Why we're talking energy is because that's the soul language translation from it into first vibrational state. Yeah, that's how you feel it in energy. It feels it in your body. It translates itself as vibration. Yeah. So when you recognize a core signature frequency, an energy signature of something, then you recognize its template. You recognize its blueprint and its template. So in the shadow universe, that capacity to discern is a place in your being. Is that place in your being where you meet yourself and you know the reflection in a dewdrop is not the garden. I invite you to sit there for a while. Yeah, just so you could anchor your focus in this template of discernment. You see? And that's what the white wolf of Hyperborea is inviting you, because there, in that point of at the crossroads in your being, yeah, you meet this energy core frequency signature of discernment. Yeah, when you have the ability to most people will call this analyzing, but to me it's the capacity to discern the difference. Yeah, the difference between the shadow, the gray wolf, the shadow, and the white wolf. And in between, you have the natural one, the natural you. Yeah. And the brown wolf of Hyperborea is the white wolf is your spirit, your soul. Yeah. And the brown one with the flying one, I say it's between heaven and earth, between spirit and body, between the invisible and the visible world. Yeah. And then you have that gray one. So you have to have the white wolf meet that gray one in you. You have to know that place, because it meets with the gray wolf. It meets itself in there. And when you recognize that core energy frequency as a meeting place in your being, then you really recognize the power of your discernment. So what I entitled my speech today is there is soul language in the shadow universe. And first, yeah, let's go to the oh, I'm going to turn my phone, yeah, and put it on
Okay.
that. I'm gonna turn myself. Hold in there, hang in there, yeah. See what you see. Hmm. You still see. Right. There it is. Look at the forest in here. Do you guys see the trees?
Mm.
See? It's like a Christmas tree right there.
Mm.
In his ears, it hears the earth already, you know, the tree of knowledge. Yeah. It's already heading toward the earth. Yeah. From spirit into form. Yeah. There you go. Then you have this guy. Look at the trees in there. Then here's the gray one. And then itself in distortion. You see. It still keeps its form, but it's like a shadow ghost. Yeah. It's very blurred. Yeah. The ghost light in the mirror of itself, yeah, in the shadow universe. But remember, it's still the I am, it's still this one. Yeah. Here, I'm gonna take you back into. All right. So now go back to here, and you have to tell me what if you're seeing my drawing.
Okay.
If you see it all or what you see.
You see the thoughts. Sorry, I've
Okay.
got to get my glasses on. What's that say? Something people? Principle. Sorry. Masculine principle. Thoughts.
Yeah, I
feelings.
want to see if I could catch the whole.
It's going to have to lift up the phone back away from the paper.
No, we will be done. Let's see. Let's see how much I can lift it up before I need to get up and stand up and read this. Okay. This. You see the whole page now or not?
Where does it end? At expansion?
There is
Bottom.
soul language
At the
in the
bottom.
shadow universe.
At the bottom. At the bottom. If we can see the top, we can't see the bottom.
Well,
so,
I'm gonna just go this way anyhow. Right. I'm gonna move it.
Yeah.
So
You'll have to do that.
It looks like it. Do
Yeah,
you
that's
see
good.
from here to all the way here in the shadow universe? You see the whole writing or not?
Yes.
Okay, that means now you see it, yeah? Okay. So there is soul language in the shadow universe, which means you have discernment as your attention travels parallel or simultaneous with the shadow universe, yeah? In the shadow universe, the first perception that we have in there, because we perceive directly in our beingness, but we translate, the first translation of whatever we perceive is called a vibration. And the first vibration is that impetus to be in your being. It's a translator. Think of a vibration as a translator. Yeah. Vibrations do not create your reality. They translate. Yeah. They're a translator of what you're creating. Yeah? The first one that you're aware of is the impetus to be as an intent, as an intention, yeah, or the impetus to do as a desire. You intend to do something. So the vibration is a translator of soul language. Yeah, where did she go? So vibration uses thoughts and feelings. Yeah, it uses them as tools of consciousness. Thoughts as the masculine principle and feelings as the feminine principle. So, vibration as thoughts and feelings, what do they indicate? They indicate the direction of your focus, the thoughts and the feelings, the direction of your story that you attach to your focus. Important. So those are tools in consciousness, and we know thoughts and feelings arrive 17 seconds later. Yeah, because you have direct perceptions of who you are, and then comes vibration 17 seconds later that expresses itself through thoughts and feelings. So, in the mirror, in the shadow universe, yes, let's go back to the white wolf. Oh, there you are. In the shadow universe, yeah, the white wolf, the I am, it says, I am you as the shadow of myself, as the shadow of knowledge. Like I said, this travels, this knowledge, yeah, travels parallel to the attention when you go into shadow universe. Yeah? Remember, only your portion of your attention goes in there. You don't go in there. So I am the white wolf, yeah. Remember, perceiving itself, it says, I am you, perceiving myself, I am distorted. I am perceiving myself in distortion. I am still me, I'm still I am, and nothing changed. I just see myself in distortion as the gray wolf. I am a reflection. I am only a reflection. Remember when the attention in the mirror goes, it hits the wall of mirror and it filters its perception through this mirror, through the veil of illusion or the veil of separation. Yeah? So then this is the fourth arrow of time. In the shadow universe, we speak about linear time only. Yeah? And yet, again, linear time is much more than what linear time is, and we're going to go into it after this episode. The backward arrow of time in linear time. So this I am here, perceiving distortion, is the I am in masculine principle. Remember, masculine means blueprint or knowledge of self. Yeah. So in the shadow universe, what you have as blueprint is you have belief systems. That's the masculine principle. Yeah. And here it's belief system. Therefore, when it comes in here as a reflection of itself, yeah, it's feminine aspect. This is masculine, this is masculine. It's feminine. It's not a reflect, it's not an expression. Very important, very important. In the natural timeline, in your beingness, this masculine, this feminist is an expression of masculine. It expresses the masculine principle. It's not just an expression, it expresses itself. Yeah. As form. Here, because you have a set of belief system, which is the masculine principle of the mind, you have mind here. Mm? It never gets to its own expression because it's distorted, its expression, the way it expresses itself. Yeah, it's distorted through this mirror and it arrives as a reflection of itself. You see? So now, backward arrow of time, the feminine principle. Remember, the white wolf travels with this as well. Yeah, it's saying these two things, what I'm saying. It gives you explanations simultaneously or parallel. It talks about both at the same time. So, as a reflection, this is your inner being talking, because the idiot cannot, a retarded program cannot explain this. So the inner being is talking here. It says, I understand when perceiving distortion, yeah, that I am a reflection of my own making of my own belief system. Very important that you acknowledge that, so you don't think that that belief systems come only from outside of yourself and they're here to haunt you. At some point, you must have agreed to take them on for whatever reason. Yeah, this is self-awareness. Why this is important is because remember from our previous video, when this ghost of its own making comes here and hits the wall of mirror, yeah, it's only looking, it's not looking at itself because it's very busy in thoughts and feelings about how it feels about others, how it thinks about others, and how others thinks and feels about it, you see? So because of that, it's not even, because it's only thinking about others. It's in a relationship with others. It's not in a relationship with itself. So what it sees in here is actually the reflection of others. It's like you looking in a mirror and seeing the reflection of your son or daughter or lover, which you do when you filter your direct perceptions through set of belief systems, and you have expectations of them as a role that they're playing. You see? So that's what I mean, that you meet yourself. Make sure that when you examine this point of your being, when you adopt its set of belief systems based on lack, and you keep perpetuating them by placing your attention or by filtering your own direct perceptions through this set of belief system, whether based on lack or the ones that don't no longer serve you. Then you can recognize yourself in the mirror as well, as that social engineer persona character. You are becoming aware this way, how you create this illusion, how you create yourself this social engineer persona character, because you do. No one else is creating it for you. So that way you don't push and pull on this creation of yours. You don't reject it. Yeah. You don't reject it, because there is many ways that people reject this, their own creation this way. And I will go into it, how that happens. So the arrow, the backward arrow of time, it says, I am a reflection. I am a ghost, actually, because this is a ghost here. Remember? It's a ghost. Ghost-like. Yeah. And it takes this understanding, yeah, and you understand, I, in the shadow of my knowledge, as the shadow of myself, as the shadow of knowledge, in the shadow of my knowledge, I am a ghost. Yeah? Because I am a projection of my own BS, belief system. Yeah? Remember the definition of sin? Self-inflicted nonsense? Yeah? It means I am perceiving myself in distortion. Remember the first principle, the three pillars. Three pillars. First pillar is how am I perceiving? Second pillar is understanding. Yeah. And third one is grounding your knowledge. Yeah? As the being that you are. So still, as the being that you are, you understand how you create this social engineer persona character or the shadow self. I am perceiving myself in distortion. I understanding I am a shadow. I ground this knowledge. I am not real. Yeah. And what does it mean not real? Because the experience of it that you have here is very real. Yeah. It feels very real when you enter there. What it means, I am not real, means I am not natural. This is not natural. This is a distorted perception. Yeah. So you do create this reality, but reality means not whatever is not natural is not real. Why? Because I am this gray wolf is not an expression of knowledge. What is it? It's a distortion, it's a reflection, and it's a projection. Yeah, there you go. So now, let's go back to this.
10 minutes left, Felicia.
Yeah, exactly what I need to wrap this up. So, I am not natural, yeah, means you introduce a contradictory current in your body called effort. Why? How is that? You could feel it in your body when you have a contradiction in your thoughts and feelings. Yeah? Immediately, your body consciousness, body awareness, its signal, its first vibrational vibration, yeah, translation is called this feeling of effort. Yeah. This is its core energy core signature frequency is based on lack. Yeah. I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I'm better than others, I'm less than others. I need to go and do spiritual work and take all that is on the yoga mat again and bring it into energy, to bring it back into its own pure perception core energy frequency. This idiot here, yeah, this ghost that is full of BS, yeah, it's not in sync at all. It's out of sync. It's out of sync with what? With the energy core frequency signature of your being, with the I am. We know from the videos that we've done that contrast creates expansion. Yeah. This one here, because it's a ghost, it's not in sync with this one. It's out of sync, out of synchronicity. Yeah, it hits when it meets the forward and the backward arrow time, it hits this wall. Yeah, when it hits this wall, it creates the contradictory current. You see? And that's why it adopts the effort factor. It goes in here and it fills this space. Remember, this is space in between two breaths, in between two thoughts, in between two feelings. The synapses in your brain, they take a break. Yeah. So I am from the living library can come in here. Yeah. And fill this space with pure essence of being. This one here, you don't have a chance because the synapses go like this, overstimulated, overthinking. Yeah? It goes absolutely berserk. You see? So it's food, it's fake. Food is it is because it's missing the mark. We talked about that last time. And it fills that space with BS, with belief systems, yeah, with the intercessory principle. Yeah, and very good example of that is like I had an experience this, not just this summer, but before then. It's like I went to the sea. I went to the sea, to the ocean with people, and a friend of mine, and she wears so much makeup she didn't even go into swimming. No swimming, just stayed there and looked at the sea, at the ocean for 7 days. Yeah. And then another couple that came, that they had to go and meditate. They had to go somewhere in the bushes or somewhere to go meditate, as if the ocean and the sea is not meditation in itself, swimming in the ocean. You see? And yet they're both talking about each other. How come that one, the one with the makeup didn't go into the sea? And she was saying, well, look how busy they are meditating. And I'm like, you're both doing the same thing. You're not going in the ocean. That's how dysfunctional. Yeah, because it's like you could hear the ocean, the rumbling of the ocean, which is the ocean, the masculine principle. Yeah, and the wave as the feminine. They emerge from the roaring of the ocean, the entire ocean. They emerge. Yeah. You could hear the sound, the sound, the ocean as the waves. Huh? You could perceive and discern the sound of the masculine and the feminine. Yeah, and there is a pause in there. There's this pause in there when the masculine turns into the feminine principle, when it has an expression. And there's also another pause. You pay attention when you go to the ocean, when the sound of the feminine waves fade, and then the sound of the ocean, the masculine, comes into your awareness, back into your awareness. Yeah. And yet someone does not go in the ocean because they have makeup or because they have to go meditate. Imagine that, the silliness of this thing. Yeah. Adele, our friend Adele mentioned a very great video that I did with Denise in 2019 called The Limitless You. I recommend that one, and I am going to put it in the comments. We're going to put a link to it. And I also recommend one done by Og that is called The Center Self, or The Center of Self, because it's gonna bring this knowledge, yeah, into so much more understanding. So that way you don't take this and take it back into like your mental realm and relate this to your mind or to a Merkaba structure. Please do not take this as the Merkaba structure.